Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Technique Tuesday on January the 26th today. How's it going? Hope you had a nice weekend. I had a nice weekend too, I guess, but back now. So don't forget, my name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving, and Get Moving is here every Tuesday to Friday in the morning. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the morning, 11 o'clock. You can find us here. If you miss it here, you can find us on the website. The website is www.reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving, and you've got all the archives of all the previous videos and workouts we've got there. So go and have a look there if you want. Okay, so it's Technique Tuesday today. So we're going to go through the workout, suitable for pretty much everybody, specifically people who with mobility problems. So if you have a mobility problem, a mobility issue, if maybe you have a disability of some kind, or maybe you have a chronic medical condition, you're pre or post surgery, something like that, anything that stops you from moving as well as you hope, Get Moving exercise can help you. So we're going to go through all the exercises, and then at the very end I'm going to go over the technique of the day, go in a bit more detail into a particular move, a particular exercise, and explain what, why, how, and all that kind of stuff for you, so you can understand it better and you can make it work for you better. But, of course, we're going to go through all the exercises first of all. So I have thrown my dice, and we've got some random numbers down here. So we're going to do some random repetitions of all these exercises. As always, if you can spot my deliberate mistakes in the counting, let us know in the comments below, because you will get I was going to say a goldfish. You're not going to get a goldfish. You'll get a coconut, okay? So before I go any further, just read on my board there again. Roger, those of you who been to the Ilkley class before COVID, you'll know Roger. He is 90 years old. It's his 90th birthday, and to celebrate his 90th birthday, he decided he's going to have a bit of a play, and he is going to ride. He is riding 100 kilometers on his exercise bike, and he's doing that to help raise money for the Royal British Legion. So please, I cannot stress this enough. Roger is such a fantastic gent. He really is a really nice chap. Up in the description up there somewhere, there is a link to his Just Giving page. Please, if you have not done so yet, join us in giving him some money. Click on the link up there, chuck him a buck. Doesn't matter how little, doesn't matter how much, just chuck him something, and it all goes to a really good cause, and it helps him along the way as he's riding 100 kilometers, and he is 90 years old. So please go for it. In the description up there. Anyway, so let's get started, shall we? So, exercises. These, as I say, are suitable for pretty much everybody. Seated, standing, and everything in between. So, we're going to do 21 repetitions to start off with. By that, I mean I'm going to do 21 repetitions, and in that time, you're going to do whatever you can do. It might be more than 21, it might be less than 21, I don't know. But you've got a window of opportunity there to do the best that you personally can do. The first exercise, as always, is marching on the spot. So if you are seated, I want you to sit nice and tall, and you're just going to march your legs, march your knees up and down like so. Just get your legs moving as best as you can. Wake them up a bit, get them going, get the blood flowing. So that's seated marches on the spot. If you are standing, well, it's just marching on the spot like so. Marching on the spot, getting your knees up like so. Bigger moves are harder, smaller moves are easier. You do whatever you can do. Now, 21 of these I'm going to do. You do whatever you can in that time. Are you ready to march on the spot? I hope you are. Because we're going to go in 3, we're going to go in 2, we're going to go in 1. Away you go. Marching on the spot. Getting your legs moving. High knees are easier. High knees are harder. Lower knees are easier. You do whatever version you can do, and you just challenge yourself. You gradually, slowly but surely, make it harder moves, make it bigger moves, make it better moves. And that is 21. And that's as simple as that. That's all we're going to do, nice and easy. That hopefully has got your lower half working a little bit. Now we're going to move on to the top half. Try and get that moving a bit. So whether you are seated, whether you are standing, you're going to roll your shoulders back like so. And if you can, we're going to make it a bigger move. We're going to roll your arms back like so. And I'm going to do 20 of these, okay? In 3, 2, 1, away we go. So rolling the shoulders, relatively smaller movements are the easier versions. But if you can, Get your arms going. The bigger the move, the harder, but the bigger the move, the better. Reaching up, reaching back, reaching down. Nice big moves. Now hopefully you're going to feel, I can feel my chest stretching away quite nicely here. And I can feel my upper back and my shoulder blades, they're working. My upper back is starting to get tired. And my upper chest, front of my body, is starting to get nicely stretched. So it's a really good upper body mobility exercise. It helps us sit or stand tall. It helps get the arms moving. And I think that's number 19. So this will be number 20. So hopefully that's gotten your upper bit going nicely. And then we're going to move straight back down to our lower half. Knee bends. If you're seated, sitting tall, as always, kicking one foot out and back, and then the other foot out and back. So we are moving these knees. We're getting them going, loosening up, getting them oiled, I suppose. And we're going to do 23 of them. However, if you're standing, you're going to kick your heels back towards your bums like so. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Kicking our heels back to our bums, or if we're seated, kicking our feet out in front like so. Either way, the knees are moving. They're not going to get stiff. They're not going to seize up. They might start off with just little moves. They may be stiff to start off with, but we're going to slowly but surely make them as big a move as we can. So this is 20, so we've got 3 left. And 23, nicely done. Next ones, it looks like it's going to be Twisty Sarahs are next. So, getting our back moving. If you're seated or standing, it's the same thing. Nice and tall, fold your arms, and you're going to twist a nice big move in one direction, and then twist a nice big move in the other direction. You're going to move side to side to side, okay? The bigger the move, the better. And 17, it says down here. So are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Big twist and a big twist. Now you know what I like. The bigger the move, the better. So don't let it just be a small arm flappy thing. I want your chest moving one way, chest moving the other way. Another way of thinking about it, if you like, is thinking of that shoulder coming forwards, and the other shoulder coming forwards, and the other shoulder coming forwards. I don't mind how you think about it, as long as you get that nice big move going. That is 17. Nicely done. Double taps are next. So if you're seated, definitely now sit tall. You're going to lift your knee up twice. So sitting tall, one knee comes up, 1, 2, and then it goes down. Same on the other side, 1, 2, and then goes down. Don't forget, sitting tall, don't collapse back there where you lift your leg up, okay? It's the most common mistake. Sit tall, sit away from your backrest, and raise your knee. So we've got good posture and good leg movements, okay? That's our seated version. Standing version is all to do with balance. So if your balance is a little bit iffy, stand close to a wall or chair or sofa or something. So you're there for balance just in case. However, you're going to challenge yourself, and one knee comes up, 1, 2, and then down. Same on the other side, 1, 2, and away we go. We're going to do 18. I am going to do 18 of these. You do whatever you can. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So 18 double taps. Now, for the past few weeks, or is it months? I remember. Time means nothing to me nowadays. But I've been banging on about shifting your body weight from side to side. So notice how my body weight shifts, and then I raise my knee. My body weight shifts, and then I raise my knee. Make sure you're doing the same thing, especially if you are standing, because that body weight shift is vital for your balance. If we don't do that body weight shift, we're just going to fall over. So make sure you move side to side in this case. And one more. 18. Nicely done. Okay. Upper body again. Let's get the upper body moving. Get your spine moving again. Bendianas. So again, this is the same move, whether you're seated or standing, makes no real difference. One hand goes down sideways, feel a nice little stretch on the side there, and the other arm goes down the other sideways. So we're just moving our body side to side. If you can, as one arm goes down, the other one comes up and over. So we're bending, stretching that way. That's if you can. And we're going to do 20 of these in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Stretching one way and then the other way. So don't forget, doesn't matter how big a move you're doing. Don't look at me and think, I can't do that good. Or don't look at me and think, well, that's rubbish, I can do so much better. Doesn't really matter how we compare ourselves to each other. In fact, don't compare ourselves to each other. The thing that matters is that we compare ourselves to ourselves. What is the best side bend in this case that we can personally do today? Doesn't matter if it's as good as me or worse than me or better than me or anything like that. You just do the best you can in getting your spine moving. 5 more. So as long as we're trying hard, that's the key thing. Because if we try hard, we will improve. If we give up, we're going to get worse. And that is number 20. Nicely done. Okay, tightrope walking and ankle mobility. So if you are seated, these are different exercises now, whether you're seated or standing. So if you're seated, we're going to try and get as much movement out of the ankle. So we're going to bend and straighten the ankle like so. I want you to get your heel to touch the floor, and then point your foot and get your toes to touch the floor. And then heel, toes, and you do exactly the same thing on the other side. Heel, toes. Nice big bends of the ankles. Especially, I mean, do both sides, especially if you have one side which is better or worse than the other. One of the most common mistakes I see with people is, I have a good side, I have a bad side, so I'll just work just on the good side and ignore the bad side. I understand where it's coming from, but that is exactly the opposite of what we need, okay? It is 180 degrees wrong way. If we have a good side or bad side, yes, we work on good side, but we really, I can't stress this enough, we have to work hard on our bad side. So make sure you do your bad side as well, okay? I feel like your dad's telling you that, but eat your greens, work your bad side. If, however, you're standing, balancing, tightrope walking, imagine you have a tightrope painted on the floor there. Feet wide is easier, feet narrow is harder. With me, walk forwards, off you go. Walking on that tightrope, heel toe. So we are making balance difficult for ourselves here. We are deliberately challenging our balance. And now the same thing, going backwards. Might be a bit harder, this one. This time, of course, toes, heels. Again, we are deliberately making life difficult. We're challenging our balance. We're forcing it to adapt and improve. That's the only way it's going to improve, by making it improve. There we go, I've run out of room. So, round 2, we always know the second time is always better than the first. So, forwards again, off you go. Heel toe. I'm letting my arms help me. I'm sticking them out. I'm moving around. I'm letting this floating leg move around as well. I am letting my body counterbalance if I'm losing my balance one way or the other. And now, one last final time. Same thing. Going backwards. Toes, heels. Again, I'm letting my body move. Wobbling is good. So we're going to let our body move and wobble and sway and everything. We're not going to fall over, but we are going to move the body. And I've run out of room. One more time. Job done. Okay, fast feet are next. Let me get my timer. Let me adjust my timer. So it's fast feet. We're going to do 10 seconds of this. Bear with me a sec as I adjust this. It wasn't on 10 seconds. There we go. So 10 seconds of fast feet if you are seated. It's a small move, but it's a fast move. So running on the spot. Like so. Small, fast, running on the spot, okay? We're going to do 2 rounds of 10 seconds. And it's the same thing if you're standing. Small movement, running on the spot. Small, fast movement, fast feet, okay? So two rounds in 3, 2, 1, off we go. 10 seconds of fast feet. Moving them quickly as you can do. Again, doesn't matter if it's better or worse than me. It does not matter. As long as it's the best that you can do, then that's all that matters. So that was round 1. We've got round 2 now, okay? Again, quick footwork, nice quick feet, running on the spot. Better than last time? Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go. Running on the spot. Nice quick foot movements. Keep them going, keep them going. And boom. That's it. That is round 2 done. So we've got, one exercise left. Shadow boxing. The whole point of shadow boxing, as you know, is to get out of breath, to improve your fitness. So, 25 seconds. We're going to do 3 rounds. So if you are seated, you can do this, definitely. Sit tall, fists up. You're going to shadow box, punching away nicely. Punching high, punching low, punching round. But you're going to move the body, get your heart rate going and get out of breath and get fitter. If we're standing, same thing, shadow boxing. But of course, if you can, you're going to move your feet as well. Bit of fancy footwork. We're going to do 3 rounds of 25 seconds each. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So shadow boxing, standing or seated, it doesn't matter as long as we start getting our body moving. Punching, nice and light, but nice and quick hands. Twist the body, get the body involved. Moving away nicely and feeling your heart rate climbing. Time. So we're getting ourselves nicely out of breath, breathing heavy, heart rate rising. So that's round 1. Round 2, exactly the same thing. I'm going to do this one seated though. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Shadow boxing again. Punching high, punching low. As long as you get your body moving, get your arms flying, pick your target, imagine where the target is and catch them. Nicely aimed and quick hands, quick body, using your body and time and getting nicely out of breath. 1 final round to go. I'll do this one standing again because I can. Okay, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Final round of shadow boxing. Again, if you can move your feet backwards and forwards. You can move your feet side to side. You can change direction you're facing. Basically, do the best version that you can do. Whatever our limitations, time. We do the best we can. Well done. And that is it. That is our little workout. Hopefully it's got you warmed up a little bit. It's got yourself going. And now, for the next 5 minutes, I am going to go over the technique of the day. A particular exercise or a particular drill, I'm going to go a bit more in depth and explain what it is, why we do it, how we do it, a way for you to think and understand it better so you can get the most out of it. So you're not just going through the motions, you can really understand what it is that we're doing and why. And today we're going to do stepping up, climbing stairs, basically. So I have my step over here. Let's pop it. Is that a good place for you? I think so, yes. So, climbing stairs. We are going to do it. We're going to face stairs every day, most days of our lives. We can't really avoid them. They're there, so we're going to be really good at doing them. This one is particularly aimed at my stroke survivors out there. It works for anybody, but especially if we have one side which is better or worse than the other. So, I'm talking to my stroke survivors especially. But also, if anybody has got, say for example, dodgy knee, a dodgy ankle, a dodgy hip, one side which is worse than the other, okay? Very, very common. If we have one side worse than the other, we will, like I said before, we'll just sort of almost forget about it, or we will just protect it, we'll favour it, we won't work it as much. I totally understand that, and there will definitely be a time when we do definitely need to just favour our weaker side. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a time and a place for when we want to work it as well. We mustn't forget about it. If we don't use it, it'll just continue to get even worse. If we can use it, if we can get it involved as much as we can, then maybe we can improve it, maybe we can just maintain it, but we can definitely minimise the decline of it. That is what we're aiming for, okay? So, stepping up. What we're aiming for, I'll show you the end result of what we're aiming for. We're going to aim towards being able to just step up to a step. One leg leads, but like I said, if we have one side better than the other, we want the bad side to be able to lead as well, if we can. Depending on who we are, we may or may not be able to get there, but we're going to work towards our bad side leading. Okay? So, for my stroke survivors out there especially, we have limited mobility. We won't be able to use it as much, we won't be able to bend as much, we won't have as much strength, we won't have as much power, coordination. If we have things like arthritis or something, it might be painful. There's a whole range of reasons why we won't use the bad side as much, but we want to use it as much as we can. So, stepping up a step, this is a drill in training to help us improve our bad side to step up to the step. Excuse me. So, what normally happens, say this is my bad side, my good side will always just take the lead and the bad side comes along for the ride. That's okay, but we want to use the bad side to take the lead as well if we want. So there are 4 stages to this, to stepping up with our bad side leading the way, okay? I don't know how long it'll take you to go through these 4 stages. It might take you a few seconds. It might take you a few years to go through all these 4 stages. But I'm going to leave it up to you to practice, okay? Stage 1. So again, this is my bad side, remember? Stage 1 is simply tapping the foot up and down off the step, like so. So there's no actual step up involved yet. It is just getting the leg moving. So for my stroke survivors out there, it might well be, the challenge might be just getting your foot up there in the first place. Remember the marching on spot we do in the warm-up? That's why we do it, because this is essentially marching, a knee raise, getting the knee up. So, tapping is stage 1. Do that for as much as you want to get used to it, to get confident at it. Stage 2 is next. So, we're up there, but then we just rock back and forth. Both feet are still in contact all the time, but I'm just rocking back and forth. Now, as I rock forwards, again, this is my bad leg, remember? As I rock forward, my bad leg, bad foot gets heavier. It starts to push down on the step. It gets heavier. And I relax off. I make it heavy. I relax off. So I'm rocking back and forth. I am shifting my body weight from one foot to the other. It's nice and light. It's nice and heavy. Light, heavy. So just rocking back and forth. Now again, you just go through that for as long as you want or need. That's stage 2. Stage 3, floating. So we're rocking back and forth, but this trailing leg, the good leg, starts to come off the floor. I am rocking back and forth so much, this front leg is getting so heavy that this back leg starts to just float off the floor. Just comes off the floor ever so slightly. And I just rock back and forth, floating. Now, as my confidence increases, I can make it float a bit higher. If I start getting a bit, if I start to lose my balance, whatever, then I can just sort of do a much smaller float or go back to rocking. But I gradually start to float this back foot a bit higher and a bit higher. And you can see where I'm gradually going now. And that's stage 3, floating. Stage 4 is landing. Putting that foot up there. So you've gone through all the other stages. First of all, you've done your taps. You've done your rocks. You've done your floats. And then you nail that landing. Just boom, foot there. And you practice that. You do your taps, you do your rocks, you do your floats, and then you do your landing. You go through those 4 stages. They are all progressive. They build on one another. They gradually build up, but they will give your bad side some good solid practice. It'll build the confidence, because going up and down stairs can be scary as hell. So it can give you some confidence, because you're just breaking that complicated, scary move down into little chunks. You drill each bit, and as each bit gets a bit better, you go on to the next bit. But those 4 stages, the taps, the rocking, floating, and landing, they will get your bad side some good solid exercise, some practice, and climb some stairs. Now, when you do it for real, in the real world, you might well always lead with your good side. But we must not forget about the bad side. This is one way we can do that, to not forget about it and make sure it still keeps getting some work. So that is our technique on Technique Tuesday. Stepping, especially if we have one side worse than the other. Give that a practice. You have all week to drill it, to practice it, rehearse it, to get good at it. And like I said, some people will go through those 4 stages within minutes. Other people, they go through those 4 stages in weeks or months or years. Do not compare yourself to other people. Go at your pace, go at the rate of your confidence, and nail it. We've got it. We've got it. You can do it. We can do it. We can all do it. Anyway, so don't forget, we're going to be here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 o'clock in the morning. You can find the website actually it's not up there today. You can find the website at www.reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. And got all the archives and all the old sessions on the page there. Up in the description up there today, there is a link to Roger's Just Giving page. Roger, my 90-year-old mate who is riding 100 kilometers on his bike, please chuck him a buck. He bloody deserves it. He's doing awesome. And like I said, he is just a real gentleman. He's a top bloke. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be Wobble Wednesday tomorrow, so balance tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'm going to warm my hands up now. I will see you later on. Bye-bye.